The question is, how many of you know what all three of these are? Not one, not two, but all three. Okay. So same here. I wasn't sure what any of these really were until I got diagnosed with all three. So in 2017, my doctor did an x-ray and determined that I had rheumatoid arthritis in my hips. My lower backside and hips would hurt, and it was hard to walk in the morning. Being active was becoming extremely hard. I wasn't prescribed anything, and I didn't know anything about these medical conditions other than what they told me briefly. It was scary for me to be a young woman and not knowing what was going on with my body. So think about it. At 18, you're thinking about prom, what college you're going to go to, if you want to live in state or out of state. And while all these things were going through my mind, I also had to process the fact that I had arthritis. So it was hard to deal with, and to help with the pain, I spent years taking Tylenol and Icy Hot. So fast forward to 2020, I was diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis. This is a rare form of arthritis that your vertebrae tries to fuse the bones together to form one large backbone. I found out about it by going to a dermatologist and a rheumatologist, and they were able to diagnose me. I originally got misdiagnosed with scleroderma because I only had 3 out of the 5 markers for that condition, and so it was a long process of figuring out what was actually going on with me. So then within a short amount of time, the conditions didn't stop there. Okay, we'll just do this. So in 2021, I had gallbladder removal surgery. I went to Ocean City, was having a great vacation, everything was going well, and then all of a sudden I got stomach pains that hurt so bad. I couldn't drink water for like 2 days. I was struggling to just sip a little, and I got rushed to urgent care, and there the doctor told me that if I didn't come, that I could have died from severe hydration. So at that point, I was trying to figure out why all these things keep happening. The surgery went great. I had the gallbladder removed. And then a couple years later, I got diagnosed with HS. Now, HS is a chronic skin condition, and it causes abscesses, which can be inflamed and painful, and they hurt. They usually start under your armpits, your chest. They can be in your groin. And it's a condition that's hard to live with. A lot of people fall into depression because of it. So for me, I originally got it in my arm first, under my arm, and it was an abscess, and I just thought it was because of deodorant. So of course, naturally, I was like, let me just stop using this deodorant. A lot of deodorants have aluminum in them, which can harm our bodies. I started using natural deodorants. That worked for a little while. But like me, several other women have tried this, and not many know that HS is the actual condition that causes these things. So while it's common in older African American women, anyone can develop this condition. I personally thought that I didn't have an answer to this, but I knew that WebMD was available. So I found myself on WebMD a lot trying to figure out the solutions. So while there's no definitive answer to what causes HS, it's often linked to obesity, smoking, and genetics. So to keep me and my spirit lifted up, I relied on scriptures in the Bible to pull me out of those moments. I'm into my spirit and faith and believe in God, and those were able to help me through the dark times. The scripture you see is one of my favorites, and it's, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into adverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience." And that is spelled diverse. It's like that. So to me, that meant you go through trials. You have to keep pushing forward. You have to be patient. They told me that it's a lifelong condition that I can't solve, that I'm just going to be in pain, unfortunately, and that's how my doctor said it. Unfortunately, you're going to be in pain for the rest of your life. So, of course, that's upsetting, and it's hard to hear. And so then I looked for another scripture. "For when I am weak, then I am strong." So to stand up here and to feel what I did in those moments, I'm a completely different person. I tried natural remedies. I went and got the medications that they prescribed me, and there's still hard moments, but thinking about trying to find the good things carry me through it. So when I wake up, I'm happy that I can walk. I'm happy that I'm able to move. And those moments that felt so challenging are now easier to get through. So I tried eating non-processed foods for a while. I did the Daniel fast, and here I'm 35 pounds heavier. So lost that weight. Thank you. Thank you. And although that didn't solve the problems, it did help because it taught me how to eat healthier, how to make healthier choices. And then I had a great community, the HS community, friends, family, and the HS support group, which they know a lot about the conditions, but just like me, they relate to what's going on. And so we try different things, try to lift one another up, and tell each other what we're trying at that moment. So remember, you are stronger than you think. You can and you will endure. And remember the people around you that care about you. They'll help you through it. So how might we treat ourselves better, lean into our faith, and live healthier lives? Thank you.